So I wanted to do a little video, demo, quick start video on Piano Maestro to get you going on it. When you first open up the app, you're going to see a screen like this, and the first place I want you to go is here where it says Parents, Teachers. Now, check and make sure it says connected. If you're opening it for the first time, it probably says unconnected. I'm not going to click on that because it would display my email address and I don't want to put that on YouTube. But if it says unconnected, click here. It will take you to another little box and you can enter my email address. It will draw up my name and my city. You'll know it's me. You click on that and it'll say connected. You want to be connected because that is what will open up all of the features in the app. So on profiles, look for your name, make sure you're connected. Now let's go to the avatar because your child's going to want to pick their own avatar. And you have all of these to choose from. So choose your avatar, go back. Now let's go into settings. There's some settings that I'm going to restore it to default just so that I can walk you through. And as soon as I hit that, it turned on the background music. Oh, turn it off. Okay, that annoys me. I like to keep that off. If you want it on, you can certainly have it on. App sounds, doesn't matter to me. Secure parents, teachers parent zone. If you don't want your children going into the parent zone and possibly changing your account information, then turn it on and you'll have to use your thing. I keep it off. Yeah. Okay. Off. All right. If you want to download the audio files and the music, you can actually do that. Now, this is where I start to really care. On fingering, I really strongly prefer that you turn that off. I work very hard in my studio to get my students reading the notes on the staff and not relying on finger numbers to know what to play. And that's one of the beauties of Piano Maestro is it helps you be a good reader. So I would really strongly prefer that to be off. Note name style should be set to CDE. Note names on the virtual piano, I would prefer that off, but if you really need some help, I'd rather you turn this on than turn the fingering on. Sky effects, when you're playing really well, the sun comes out and it's very cool, so I like that on, but if it distracts your child, then you might want it off. High quality graphics, if the processor on your iPad is a little slow and things are glitching, and if things are glitching, it's probably because of that, then you might try turning the high quality graphics off. If you're not having that problem, keep it on. Now, I have a Charles Walter piano, but maybe you have a Baldwin. Set it to your piano. And if you don't know, don't set it on anything. All right, now we're ready to take a look at what Piano Maestro can do. The heart of the app is the journey feature. So let's see if I can do this without messing up here. So I want to go all the way back to the beginning of Journey. That wasn't what I wanted. I wanted this one. Let's see. I wonder if I can look at chapters without having to do this. This is the quickest way I know to do it. So for your children who are just starting out in Piano Maestro, you want to start at the beginning. Hit play of the tutorial. I won't do it now, but I'm going to show you this one. Right here, you can click on, turn it down a little. You don't need it that loud. You can click on the little magnifying glass and it will open up the entire score. And you can see there's nothing here but middle C. This is the super easy piece. You can say, I really like this one, I like to play it, and click on the heart button. Here's what I love. There's a learn feature that will take you through the entire process of practicing this piece. The first phrase is isolated in step 1. Hold on means that it will wait for you until you play the right note. Once you have gotten your star on that, you can go to step 2. Now this is all open for me right now because I've gone farther in the journey feature, but it should be locked for you so that you can't go to step 2 until you've passed step 1. That's awesome. So these are really, this is great at learning how to be a good practicer, but for now, let's just play. It's going to get it set up. Now you're going to be able to choose either listen to my acoustic piano. Oops, it hurt my voice and it did it. You're going to be able to choose listen to the acoustic piano or let me play it on the screen. Use the acoustic piano unless you're driving in your car somewhere. So let's go back. Play. Choose. Play this key on your piano. It's listening to tune to you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Now I'm stopping it before it's finished because I wanted to show you the menu up at the top. If you just click this bar at the top, the music stops and you get this drop-down menu. Let's say you're struggling to play along. Come over here to where it says tempo, which means speed, and slow it down. You can slow it all the way down to 50%. You can also go faster if you want to, 125%. I would say go down if you're really struggling, drop it down to about 70% and gradually get better. Now this will affect your score. You get a score. This is a gamified system and it will affect your score by slowing it down, but that's okay. This piece only uses one hand, so this option is grayed out. But if there were two hands playing in this piece, you could choose to work on one hand or the other hand. The hold on, I would say only use this if you're doing the learn feature because I really don't want students pausing. Again, one of the benefits of Piano Maestro is that it forces you to keep up. So I would prefer that you not use hold on unless you're using the learn feature. Showing the note names on the staff, again, I would prefer that you not. If you're really stuck though, that's a little help. Again, it will take points off. Now, another thing you should know is that you can scroll your way through. Like you want to start here, you can just scroll there and then hit start and it will count you in. We're playing slow because I slowed it down. Now I'm going to stop it again because there's something else I want to tell you. I noticed with some of my students, I'm going to bring this back up to speed because it's driving me nuts. 895, 100, okay. I noticed with some of my students that they're trying to decide when to play the note by waiting until it hits this blue line. That's a bad way to do it. You're always going to be second guessing, you're going to be hesitating. The best way to know whether you're in time with the music is to use your ears. Use your eyes to see the note on the staff, but use your ears and your internal sense of pulse to know when to play the note, just like you would if you were playing along with a band. If you're playing with other musicians, you don't get a blue line to follow along with. So the best way to stay on the beat is not to watch for when the note hits the line, but to listen. Let's finish it. Now, I'm not going to get all my stars for this because I stopped, or am I? Maybe I am, okay. So I thought maybe since I stopped a lot and since I had assists, it wouldn't give me the score, but it did, the full score. Now, let's say you don't want to go all the way through chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4 because you're like a third-year piano student and this is way too easy for you. So you can go, I think the first test you take is chapter 5. It gives you a little pre-test. And if you pass the pre-test, you're admitted to a subsequent chapter. So you don't have to slog your way through all of the things in the lower levels. Now let's go out of Journey and go to the library. In the library, there are 3 categories. Under songs, these are pretty much all the songs found in Journey. And you can find things at your level. All of my first-year beginners pretty much need to stick with the elementary level. You can see we just did Rocking from Journey. And there are some other pieces in here that you can choose to do at that level. All right, let's go back out. Oh, let's go back in songs because besides, you say, okay, I want to play some Christmas music. All right. So when you come in here, look at the level. This is not EI, early intermediate, as I originally thought it was. This is EL for elementary, then 1A. Now, just because you are in the 1A level book does not mean you can automatically do this. Some of you are just starting to play on the staff. Let's see if it'll bring it up. Yeah, you can see this is the elementary level, and this is kind of tricky for those of you just starting on the staff. So don't assume you're ready to do 1A until you've done the elementary levels. All right, let's go into exercises. I might assign you some of these to do. I really wanted to show you this cool feature. Let's say you want to practice major scales, 1 octave or 2 octaves. So here we go. Major scale, where's what I want to see. Okay, let's just choose this one with the 2 octaves. Let's say I have assigned you to practice a G major scale. You can click on this arrow and choose G major. Here we go. Coughing up a hairball. Wants me to play the green key. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notes were red. Let's see if it counts. Yeah, it did. I'm not sure why it counted off for that. I played all the correct notes at the right time. So it's just one of those things. Nothing is perfect, right? So remember, the app is listening to your piano, and right now in my room, as I was doing this video, our heating system came on, and that could have some effect on what's happening with it recognizing the pitch. So, don't get too upset with Piano Maestro. It's a pretty amazing deal as it is that it can hear you at all. So be aware that those things might happen. Okay, let's go now into methods. Those of you in methods, you've got tons and tons of piano books. These are whole books of music. And those of you who are in the Alfred Premiere series with me, this Alfred Lesson Book, Performance Book 1A, 1B, this is all in the app up to level 3. Right now I don't have anyone beyond 2B, and I usually move on into other literature at that point anyway. But your pieces are here in the app. You can play along with these backing tracks. You can use that Learn feature to help you practice some of the things that I've assigned you. For instance, somebody this week took the piece Skating. Here's your practice routine. And you can see I haven't done this one on the app, and so it's not going to open up step 2 to me until I pass off on step 1. Cool. So explore all of these things. If you're in the Faber book, don't worry, there are plenty of other songs in here you can learn. You can play some of the ones out of the Alfred Lesson series. You can go and play some of these in the Hal Leonard Student Library, which is another graded series. Let's see. What else? The Piano Pro. This is the old Alfred before they did Alfred Premiere. Music for Little Mozarts. Go in there and find something. These are cute. Bradley Sowash has wonderful hymns and spirituals here. These are good books as well. But they're all good. So go in there and find something fun to work on. You've got all of Christmas break to play around with it. Okay, so what I want to do really quickly now is give you some tips for what to do if you're frustrated and you're having difficulty. Before I do that, really quickly, all of the holiday songs are in one place here. So if you want to play Christmas music over Christmas, if you're a first-year student, look for EL Elementary. You might be able to do some of the 1A. First and second year students, 1A, 1B, and so on. All right, let's go back into Journey, and I want to choose one. Let's back up a little bit and show you some tips for how to make it easier if you're struggling. Let's take a look at the cookie jar. Open it up. First of all, if you have the opportunity to open up the score and look at it, then do. Say, okay, let me look through. It looks like I'm going to be playing skips here. Yep, skips, back and forth between C and E. Up there's a step. Scan through with your eyes and see what's coming up. This whole piece plays the notes C, D, and E with steps and skips. I don't even see any repeated notes. It's all steps and skips. All right, I've learned something already. Now, when I go into play, what I'm going to do to start with to avoid frustration is I'm going to immediately hit the bar and stop it and slow it down. Okay, I've slowed it down to 75%. Here now, I'm also going to do something else. Here are two possibilities. Two things you can do. I'm just going to clap the beat with it. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It doesn't like my clapping. 4, 1, 2. It's responding to my voice. That's one way. All right, let's back up. And here's another way you can practice before you actually play it with the app. You can put your hand on the music desk here and practice playing with your fingers. C, skip over a finger to get to E, C, E. So I'm going to get it right on there and then start it. C, E, C, E, C, E, D. C, E, C, E, C, D, C, E, C, D, C, E. And when you start to feel confident about that, then go back and play it on the keys. So that's all. Those are ideas for how to be less frustrated when you're first starting out. Now, if you're feeling pretty good about that, maybe increase it to 85, then maybe to 90, then maybe 95, and then 100. And then you'll be zooming along and you'll be able to get all 3 stars. So I hope this has been helpful to you. I hope you will get into Piano Maestro and have tons of fun playing with it over the holidays. And Merry Christmas.